Unit 3, Part of a Whole, Story Elements, is all about the key elements that make up a story, such as setting, language, conflict, and character development. During this unit, students will learn about how these elements interact with one another and the plot to create a dynamic text. As a result of deep analysis, students will start to understand not just what these story elements are, but how they impact one another and influence the reader throughout the story. This unit has a total of 12 lessons. Early lessons focus on establishing common definitions and understandings of story elements. Then, as the unit progresses, students begin exploring how these elements interact to create dynamic stories that captivate and challenge us as readers. To prepare for teaching the unit, read over the entire unit overview. This has all of the information you need to understand the purpose of the unit, how long it will take to teach, what you need to do to prepare, and the standards that you'll be covering. The free sample lesson, in the links below or in the Additional Resources tab on the product page of our website, is Lesson 2, The Weighty Where, Why Settings Matter. You'll see up at the top is your list of materials. This lesson requires 3 handouts, and all are found immediately following the lesson. Their page numbers are listed here too, to help you find them. In the parentheses after the name of the handout, you'll see how many copies of the handout you'll need for each student. For each of these handouts, you only need 1 copy per student. Finally, right before we dive into the lesson are the Common Core Anchor Standards. You'll notice that just the codes are listed here. If you want to know what the specific language for the standard is, just flip back to the Standards Alignment chart provided in the unit overview. Now we can get into the lesson. If you remember from the How to Use training video, the Connection section provides a greater context for why you are teaching this lesson. It was written just for you, but feel free to paraphrase it for your students. After reading the connection for this lesson, you'll learn that the focus of this lesson is on understanding how setting impacts the plot, characters, and the conflict of a story. As you look over the instruction/modeling section, you may notice that it is written in a mix of plain text and italicized text. Remember from the How to Use training video, the plain text indicates the directions just for you, where the italicized text is teacher speak, which models what you should say to your students. In this lesson, students will learn about how setting is more than just the time and place in which a story takes place. They will examine how setting impacts the plot, characters, and conflict. In the practice section, students complete an activity called What If? During the reading task, students are asked to just read their choice books. Then at the end of the class, students are asked to complete the 3-2-1 exit slip so that you can check for understanding. On the following pages, you'll find the included note sheet and handouts for this lesson, both of which are specifically referred to in the lesson. Deep Impact is an example of a note sheet. The student version is first and the teacher copy is second. The teacher copy is a guide for you to use during the instruction section of this lesson. Next is the What If activity handout used in the practice section. Last is the 3-2-1 exit slip for students to complete and turn in before they leave class. Additional information about Reading Workshop Unit 3 can be found in the links below, or you can reach out to us here. If you did not watch the How to Use Reading Workshop for the Secondary Classroom, be sure to check that out for more information on all included Reading Workshop resources, as well as more information on the structure and format of the units and lessons. In the next video, we will cover Reading Workshop Unit 4. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.